and thank you for joining us on the Nikki Maduro Show. She's Kim McAllister. I'm Nikki Maduro. Click that thumbs up button and that subscribe button, and let's get into it. So, Kim, over the weekend, there was the California GOP convention. And as you can imagine, it was full of lies and doubling down on lies.
It was the convention of lies, myths, truths.
Yeah, it was a whole conference.
Yeah.
You know
Sorry,
what I'm
I missed
saying?
It. Yeah,
exactly. Well, let's see. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem was there. She spoke. Laura Trump spoke. Laura Trump said, because of the poor economy, even though we hit 40,000 on the Dow for the first time in history, American families must choose between feeding their children and feeding their pets. Let's not bring up animals in the Republican Party.
No.
Noem is ever going to have a... I read one article where they were saying that Kristi Noem was like literally the top pick for VP for Trump. And until the dog story
tanked it. Yeah.
I mean, I wonder how long is there any legs to it? I have no idea.
I'm grateful that she outed herself. Let's get not that anybody that he picks is going to be somebody I like as a person,
right?
But come on, that was a pretty obvious no, right?
Well, I mean, but when Trump said during the conference, and again, just keeping in mind, Kristi Noem shot her pet, right? Trump says people have to make decisions about how they're going to afford their lives. Ultimately, when they have to decide, do I feed my children or do we keep our family pet? It's like,
I guess
don't ask
what happens to the family pet. Yeah, take him out to the gravel pit.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. I mean, it's really sad, but again, poor dog. Now, Laura Trump is co-chair of the Republican National Committee, of course, the daughter-in-law of Donald Trump. She spoke in a Q&A style moderated discussion, but then again, doubled down on election fraud and how the last election was stolen and, blaming Biden for loose, weak borders and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's just speaking into an echo chamber. I really do think when we're talking about the base of the Republican Party, you're really talking about the base of Donald Trump. And what I'm hoping I'm hearing, and obviously I'm not going to get anything from the Republican convention. Of course, they're going to be all rah for the party. Yeah. But what I'm really hoping is that there are more fed up Republicans like the ones we've heard from that are like, you know what, I'm just voting for Biden because we need an adult in the room and we can debate policy, but we can't do anything with Trump. You know what I mean? Like Trump killed the Republican border bill so that Biden wouldn't get a win. I mean, if he really cared about Americans and cared about the border and that issue, he would have urged compromise. He would have urged them to support the bill they freaking wrote. So that's what I'm saying. Like this Republican Party is a party of Trump. And until and when, hopefully, he's out, we're just going to continue to get more nonsense and infighting, which brings me to my husband's favorite story in recent days. And that is this tit for tat that happened last week between some congresswomen. I'm going to play you the beginning. Now, this is Marjorie Taylor Greene, also along with Congresswoman Crockett, Jasmine Crockett. Okay. And, honestly, it's worth watching a little bit of because I won't do it any justice, but my husband could not stop cracking up.
I'd like to know if any of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Like this matters. MTG is a joke.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Is she a porn
star?
Oh,
Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
See, no point. So Crockett's questioning it.
Do you know what we're here for? We're here about
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
There we go. Okay, so that's how it started. I think your fake eyelashes are doing it, and then it's just then AOC is going to jump into this whole entire thing.
Order,
Mr. Chairman.
That's beneath even
order of your committee.
Order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to
AOC.
take down Ms. Greene's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings
Her
hurt?
words down.
Oh,
Girl, baby girl.
baby
oh,
girl.
Really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl, I don't think
we are going to move and we're going to take your words down.
I second that motion.
Oh, you can tell she wants to fight. It's so okay. Let's keep going.
Ms. Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
needs to
recognizes
apologize. No, no, no.
Mr.
She
Perry.
needs to
Okay,
apologize.
hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms.
I'm
Green
not
still has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well, then
seconds.
Okay,
you're not
reserve the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
Mr.
not
Chair,
apologizing.
Well, let's
It's like two teenagers in the back seat of the car.
Exactly.
You debate me.
Mr. Chairman, the
it's
minority.
pretty
No,
self-evident.
you're not.
Yeah, you're
out
not.
of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair
Oh,
recognizes
give me a
Mr.
break.
Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd
the.
like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
I move to
I would
strike-
like-
I move to strike the
Order.
lady's
Well,
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again.
She
All right,
does.
Get
okay,
your
here's
members under
the
control.
correct priority. Ms. Green, do you ask unanimous? Do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Now watch.
Who's
It's me.
Ms. Crockett?
Here you go.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging personalities, correct?
A what now?
Oh, what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold
a
on.
part
I'm
of it.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman,
I didn't-
motion
I
to
had
strike
no
those
idea what
words.
you just
He's
said.
dying.
We're not gonna do this. Like you guys earlier literally just
Oh,
said
You
y'all
just,
did
you
it
just
first.
voted to do
Y'all did
it.
it first, so you
You
don't
just
want to
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get
clarification.
Look at calm down. Calm
No,
down.
no, 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 because this
I
is
would
what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying
Hey,
to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games,
I can't
Crockett.
hear you with your
and you
yelling.
don't want
Calm
me to be-
down.
No,
Can you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send her
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a
Mr.
problem.
Chairman, Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right,
Okay.
chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now.
that.
Okay, so I mean, it
That whole
was.
thing was horrifying.
Oh my! Now I enjoyed watching that, but again, these are supposed to be the adults in the room, Kim
This
McAllister.
is
These are people
not
that make laws for our
enjoyable. I mean,
country.
It's funny, but it's not
But it's
necessarily.
not.
It makes me kind of clench up because it
And
makes me feel
yeah.
uncomfortable.
It does.
Now, Crockett, I didn't know about her until today. She's from Texas.
Uh-huh.
She,
Oh, yeah.
her name is Jasmine Crockett. She is an attorney.
Oh, and she's
Ob-
been, she's
obviously-
been making the rounds in the video. She's
She's from Texas's 30th congressional district. She was elected recently, so she's represented since
she's not
2023.
playing.
Most of South Dallas County, Central Dallas, Dallas Love Field Airport, parts of Tarrant County in Texas. So I don't know. The way she held herself, I would have said she was from New York.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
she was just
no.
not taking any BS. Right?
AOC is from New York, and she was, oh baby girl, I was
Uh-huh.
dying. I'm like, okay, we are not on the playground. You know what I mean? Like we're not in the streets.
This is not high school in the bathroom.
But so now again, it's 2024.
But-
So of course, you know what Crockett's doing. Let me show you this picture.
How else do you respond though to Marjorie Taylor Greene? Like
Exactly.
she brings a level of conversation so low.
Right.
Yeah.
She's ridiculous. She's absolutely ridiculous. So Congresswoman Crockett is capitalizing on this. You'll see this gentleman right there. She writes on X, so we're going to drop a Crockett clapback collection. This collection will feature various swag that includes random things I've said. The money will go to ensuring that we have a Democratic House. Give me a little time to get the swag online, etc. But B6 will drop first. B6 being bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. Like, I am dying. I am both living and dying for this, Kim. Like, I don't, and I think it's my politics showing, right? Because if it was something making fun of Joe Biden eating ice cream and being slow, I'd be like, lame. But making fun of Marjorie Taylor Greene is okay for me. That's totally my politics showing. I will be the first to admit it. But Marjorie Taylor Greene does nothing. She sucks at her job. There's no legislation that she helps with. If anything, she stops progress from happening. So I just think it's freaking hilarious that Congresswoman Crockett asked for clarification by saying, is it okay to call someone a bleach blonde, bad built butch body, which B6 is a hell of a lot easier to say, but
Well,
I'm living and dying for it, my friend.
I know it's all hypocrisy,
Yeah.
but it's crazy to me that Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to know who has employed the judge's daughter.
Yeah. That has
But
nothing to do with what
she
we're talking
doesn't
about.
care about the flag flying over the Supreme Court justice's house.
No.
Like,
It's
how
always
can
like
you care
that.
about one but not the other? If you want to stamp out the I don't know, the appearance of bias or any impropriety, then why wouldn't you care about it all? She doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
And she
She
takes
never
any
cared.
opportunity. It wasn't even applicable to the situation at hand.
She's just trying to score little soundbite points, right? She's hoping her little, cult leader Trump is seeing her and all that.
She scored video points with that one.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was not even going to play that whole video, but I couldn't turn it off. And it's a slow moving car wreck, but unfortunately, it's also our Congress, right? And this is what we're dealing with right now. And on one hand, I think that there was
people.
Exactly.
We pay these people. We give them amazing benefits for the rest of their lives. They get what if they serve so many years? They get the health care. They get this. These are the people we said you're the best of the best. We want you to represent us.
Exactly. And and the problem is if we don't get these people out, then other people that are just like them are going to be like, oh, well, I'm like that and I can run. And this whole narrative that I will say Trump started, locker room talk, shoots from the hip, but it was always like, we always had to explain when Trump went too far, that's not what he really meant. There was always this kind of placating with his language. Marjorie Taylor Greene, all those people, it's total nonsense. And then they'll wear a freaking crucifix around their neck saying they're a Christian. And it's like, you are one of the most awful people ever. Like, it's just mind boggling that she keeps getting elected. And I just don't understand it. I do not understand why Marjorie Taylor Greene was elected at all. And I really hope and pray that the movement of Americans around this country, largely due to housing prices, will change what it means to be from a red state. I really do. I know that's playing the long game, Kim, but it's kind of like when people look at places like Georgia, even Arizona. I was talking about this with one of my friends recently. Oh, Arizona's going to go purple soon. I'm like, I don't know. It's pretty conservative, but a lot of people are just moving to that state for housing prices.
Yeah.
And then they're all of a sudden they're like, well, I'm not as conservative as I thought I was. And they start voting differently. You know what I mean? Or they leave. But that's the only thing that I can hope happens, is that there is a point where we have moved around enough and quick enough to kind of outsmart the redistricting, gerrymandering going on, that sane people are put in Washington that are actually going to lead to progress. Because this Republican Party, even when they had the majority under Trump, couldn't do jack crack except what they did the tax reform, which really just benefited the rich. So, it's insane to think that the Republican Party is the party of progress and getting things done. They did nothing for healthcare. They're not doing anything for the middle class. And yeah, it's ridiculous. And I'm not saying Joe Biden's perfect, but if you look at his resume of what he's gotten done and passed, I would say it's pretty freaking good. I really, really would. So,
but that's about educating the electorate and letting the electorate know, letting the people know, what the accomplishments have been. And I think a lot of people don't want to know. They don't care.
Well, here's the debate I was having actually with my husband about this, and it's kind of the Michelle Obama, if they go low, we go high. But if going low is the only thing that educates people, right? So for instance, when the Dow hit 40,000, I saw this thing on X where Joe Biden on his X account had shown a video of a debate. And they're saying if Joe Biden's president, Donald Trump kept saying the stock market's going to crash if Joe Biden's president. And of course, it hit 40,000 for the first time. And then it goes to a picture of Joe Biden. I think he was in an ice cream shop and he has the letter L and he's handing him the loss, right? The L. Yeah. Now it's kind of cutesy and whatever. And I guess it's for social media, but he's a president of the freaking United States. Like, that's society right now. It's all these one-upmanships and all that sort of thing. And I just, not that it's below Joe Biden to do that, but he shouldn't have to do that to get the attention and the attention span of Americans right now. It should just be, you're educated enough on the legislation that has passed and not passed and why we need it or don't need it. And that's what you're basing it on, not a 20-second meme that you see. But that's what's happening right now, unfortunately. And I'm kind of tired of it, Yeah. It's so frustrating. And I think it's kind of here to stay with our attention span, unfortunately. But I will give it up to Congresswoman Crockett. She is capitalizing on that.
She didn't back down. And the T-shirts are kind of genius.
The T-shirts are. I might have to get one. I don't know. We'll see. Okay.
Did you see over the weekend Beta Breakers?
I do like kind of look at it. I caught a
Yeah.
couple clips, but yeah.
I have to show you this picture because they had this group of Cybertrucks.
Oh God, I hate
that was
those
a
things.
costume, and apparently,
Oh,
the
really?
the joke is, because people dress up as things, right? Groups
Of
of
course.
things, and with the
Caterpillar.
caterpillars, and right, like they have this whole thing. Well, I guess a group of people dressed up as Cybertrucks, and the joke is that they were seen losing power as they were going
Yeah.
on the thing.
Oh
It's so
God.
funny. But here's the picture of
Cybertrucks.
them.
Oh,
Look at
that's
that.
pretty funny. That's actually pretty good. Yeah,
cute,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm telling you, there was another one. I apologize, I don't have the video ready, of a Ford pickup truck towing out a Cybertruck because it got stuck like in the mud or down a hill or
Sure.
something.
Yeah.
Cybertrucks can't buy a good headline. I'm telling you.
No.
But again, it's one of those things that once it's on social media, then it goes like gangbusters. Did you see this Australian? Is she a billionaire? I don't know. She's a really, really rich woman. Yeah, she's a billionaire. Her name is Gina Reinhardt. And apparently she's part of this exhibition where they had a bunch in the National Gallery of Australia. It was 21 different paintings or whatever by this artist. And the display was called Australia in Color. Now I'm going to show you the picture. And I'm going to tell this funny story before I show you the picture. Okay. So when I went to Southern California with my daughter, my two best friends and their daughters, I wanted to get a caricature drawn of me and my daughter. And I was stupid and just kind of plopped down in front of a caricature artist that I didn't even like
Whomever.
research, right?
Guy on the street.
Well, there was a bunch of them because I think we were on Venice Beach. You know what I mean? So there's
Right.
all these different people. I could have shopped around. I could have walked and looked at the drawings that they did and chosen, but I didn't do that. And so I just sat down. And as I'm sitting there, and because you have to sit there and look around, I'm noticing that his art, everything is exaggerated. Okay. And in not an attractive way. Okay. Like,
Oh.
and so when I get my picture, like, it's awful. Okay. Like,
Do
I have
you
a
have
huge
it?
smile. No. I immediately was like, and that was a waste of money because I am not keeping that. No, I mean, all of my features were exaggerated. It was awful, awful, awful. I did not choose to keep it, and it was terrible. And my daughter kept laughing at me. She's like, that was all of his art. I don't know why we sat there, but that was my fault. Now, I will say this about this woman that I'm about to show you. I feel like she should have done the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Before sitting down, she should have known the artist's style. So this is Gina Reinhardt on the
I
right.
don't know. Did she sit for this painting?
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
She must have
Because-
agreed to be part of it, though, right?
No, this man is a known for this type of art
Right.
and caricatures and interesting kind of postmodernistic looking, strange, not
Right.
traditional art. I don't think she gave her okay to this. However, she does give money to the museum that where this art is now hanging. And
Oh.
she's pissed. She's like, I do not want this art up. So now the museum has to go, okay, well, do we side with art and the artist,
Right.
or do we side with the person signing the checks for the museum?
What would you do?
If I'm the if I'm a museum, you have to go with the artist. Otherwise your credibility's blown.
Yes. Okay. That's her picture. I want to show you the collage. Now I know it's not going to be easy for everyone to see, but there's a style. You know what I mean? Like, yes, hers arguably is
Is the
amongst
worst.
The worst.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to it. I would say the biggest issue for me is the double chin and the
Yeah.
wonky eyes, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and it makes her look angry and like not happy, like they could have done at least a smiling picture.
She's the richest woman in Australia.
Okay.
And so I don't know what this picture is supposed to say about her other than gluttony maybe, or
Ooh, how what you get from it? Okay.
gluttony, fear. I'm afraid of my money being taken from me. I don't know, because she's got the fearful look in her eyes.
Right.
She's got red on her. Like, I don't know, is that supposed to be the blood of other folks? I don't know.
Oh, look at you trying
I'm
to dissect the picture.
Trying to figure out what is the artist trying to say here.
Well, the artist gave a statement. He says he paints people who are wealthy, powerful, or significant, people who have had an influence on this country and on me personally, whether directly or indirectly, whether for good or for bad. He says, I paint the world as I see it. People don't have to like my paintings, but I hope that they take time to look and think, why is this Aboriginal bloke painted these powerful people? What is he trying to say? Some people might not like it. Other people might find it funny. But I hope people look beneath the surface and see the serious side too. But yeah, I mean, the woman's worth $30 billion. I don't know. The Australia's National Association for the Visual Arts has spoken out to support the artist. They said, while Reinhardt has the right to express her opinions about the work, she does not have the authority to pressure the gallery into withdrawing the painting simply because she dislikes it. I agree. I also think she's not that smart, because the minute you start saying you don't like something, or it's awful, or take it down, everyone wants to see
demanding
it.
it being taken down. That's right.
Exactly. It's just like Janet Jackson's nipple, dude. If they would have just left it alone, it would have been 2 seconds out of our whole lives. But no, let's rail about it. And now everybody's seen it for like years.
Yeah.
Like, it's constantly there.
And
So-
you said this earlier. If she hadn't have done that,
Yeah.
then you and I wouldn't have
Would
looked
never
at
have
that
talked
picture.
about it.
So
And we
when
would never
we
have
think
shown
of
her
her,
picture.
we're not going to think of. We would never have thought of her as the double-chin, weird-nosed, scared, blue-eyed lady. We would have not even known who
We
she
would not
was.
have even known. Exactly.
But now the whole world has seen the picture.
Exactly.
If
And
I'm
so,
the artist,
so,
I'm
so.
saying thank you.
Exactly. All right. I want to end the show on another high note. Luke Combs was, I think, at Levi's recently. I'm not a Luke Combs fan or non-fan. I don't listen to country music very often. I do know he's extremely popular, especially given the amount of people I know that were going to the concert and were posting on social media about it. But if I would have known that these two gentlemen were going to be there, I might have gotten a ticket. Here is a couple of 49ers on stage at the Luke Combs concert. And it starts with George Kittle pounding a beer. Here we go. Look at that.
What is
And
this,
then
a
there's Brock
kegger?
Purdy, our quarterback, like right behind him. There's Brock. Oh, no, that's Brock Purdy right there. Must be pretty freaking cool, right? There's Luke Combs, I'm assuming. Because I wouldn't know how to pick him up out of a lineup. And is that Bud Light? Is that Bud Light they're drinking? I'm not quite sure. But anyways, so those are my Niner boys out there. They're having their season home opener against the New York Jets. So my brother is a Jets fan, and he texts me and he's like, "Are we going?" I'm like, "Do you know how hard it is going to be and how expensive it's going to be to get tickets?" Our season home opener is also a Monday night football game against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Let's see if Aaron Rodgers can actually last a little bit longer than he did last time. So
How do you think they were drinking beer on stage like that?
What do you mean? They popped beer.
I mean, it just seems like, why would you do that?
Are you momming? Are you momming George
Like, what are you
Kittle and Brock
doing?
Purdy?
Are you having a kegger party? Are you like, this
They're
is a
partying
professional
at a country
concert.
yes.
Why is this like, woohoo, let's get drunk? That's a message you want to
love
send to your
you.
fans.
I
George
love
Kittle,
you.
I'm sure you want all the kids in the audience to know.
But you drink beer? Yeah, I don't think he minds Kim at all. I really don't. But I do love that you mom George Kittle. and Brock Purdy.
Tacky.
Shame, boys, shame. All right, that's our show, guys. Give it a thumbs up and make sure you have subscribed. Ring that bell so you don't miss a moment, and tell your friends about the show. We really do appreciate it so very much. Also, support our show in any way that you can to make sure that it still exists. Just go to thenickimadoroshow.com. Our Patreon link is there. It's just a one-time a month kind of monthly tip for the show. And I love all of the messages and the very generous donations of you'll take our show in this new iteration. And I think a lot of you are getting used to it. So thank you so much for being here each and every day. PayPal is another way that you can support the show. Go to paypal.com, just hit the send button, and then put in the email address, thenickimadoroshow@gmail.com, thenickimadoroshow@gmail.com. And then, of course, you could support our sponsor, Anti-Tabby's Island Flavors. Just go to antitabbies.com and use our coupon code NICKKIM, NIKKIM. She has hibiscus hot sauces, pineapple hot sauces, and a guava barbecue sauce that are delicious. So you can get a sample pack. You can get just one. You can get all. They're all delicious. But again, go to antitabbies.com. Use the coupon code NICKKIM. for 10% off each and every time that you order. All right. Have a fabulous day. We will talk again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Nikki, you're all so awesome. You're sprout like a beautiful blossom. You're also the best. Really can't rest. You're all so awesome.
Wow.